Well, it looks like we've just witnessed the end of an era here with Shane Mosley losing a close decision, or at least a close decision on my scorecard, to David Avanesyan. Before this fight, um, my mind was all over the place because a lot of people asked me, Beeb, how do you see this fight going? Shane Mosley is a 2-1 underdog here, and he's facing an unknown guy like David Avanesyan. So I decided to go on YouTube and look at some clips of David Avanesyan. And one thing I noticed, or a couple things I noticed, is he has very quick hands. He's pretty solid defensively, and has a pretty high work rate. And he looked to be very crafty to me. I saw him switch from orthodox to southpaw, and I liked a lot of how he varied up the speed and rhythm of his punches. So he wasn't predictable at all. Basically showed me a pesky style where he wasn't looking to hit a home run with every punch, but he was just looking to make contact, just land clean shots and land scoring blows. And he had a mentality like he took every round as if I'm just going to win every round, not that I have to go out there and take my opponent's head off. So I liked that type of style from him. I liked those attributes from him, and I thought that would be problematic for Shane Mosley. I really did. So I didn't feel comfortable telling people, hey, you know what, Shane Mosley's a live dog here. But, quite honestly, the way the fight did shape up, I thought he proved to be a live dog. If I didn't have to take that point away in the 10th round, I would have had this fight a draw. Avanesyan seemed to be starstruck in the first 2 rounds. He started very slow, had his hands in his pockets, wasn't throwing a lot of punches. And that's where Mosley was active with his jab. And, Mosley's been known to throw a powering jab. Mayweather referred to his jab as a tic-tac jab, meaning he just, paws it out there, doesn't fully extend and snap it. In those first 2 rounds, he looked like he was fully extending it, and he was snapping it, and he was throwing it in an authoritative fashion. And he seemed to keep Avanesyan at bay with that punch. Seemed to have pushed him back and rocked him on his heels a bit. But then I thought Avanesyan came on in the 3rd and 4th rounds. I thought he was more active. I thought he was boxing very well. I thought he went inside and threw quick flurries and then kind of stepped off to the side and moved out of harm's way. And again, going back to what I said, really, really sneaky with the punches he was throwing. Camouflages that right hand very well, so it's hard to really gauge when that right hand's going to shoot out at you because you can't really see it until the last minute, until it's in your face if you're his opponent. And I thought he was real sneaky and real crafty with some counter right hands, particularly in the 3rd and 4th round. Now, as the fight wore on, I thought Mosley came back in the 5th, but then I sort of thought, in my opinion, Avanesyan went on a little run in rounds 6 through 9, and I thought that he pretty much took control there in that little spurt of time there. But, unfortunately, Mosley started making a comeback in the 10th round, and that's when he got the point taken away for the low blow. And I don't particularly have a huge problem with that point being taken away because he was warned during the fight several times, but you hate to see that happen in such a close fight where a point is taken away. And again, as I just said earlier, if that point wasn't taken away, I would have had a draw. But I really think that Mosley came back in the 11th and 12th rounds, and he really pushed the action here, pushed the pace. And I thought he was landing some good right hands. I thought he was going to the body very well. I thought he was pushing Avanesyan back, and I thought he was definitely taking the fight over in the 11th and 12th rounds. They were definitely his rounds. He basically took it to Avanesyan, and he made a statement in those rounds. And in the 12th round, it looked like he was trying to knock Avanesyan out. So I thought he finished strong. But, because of that little rally that happened midway through in the fight, he couldn't bail himself out of the hole. And because I had to take that point away, I scored this fight 114 and 113 for Avanesyan. So now it's said that Avanesyan is going to fight the winner of Sean Porter versus Keith Thurman. Don't really know how well he's going to do against the winner of that fight. Showed some good qualities in this fight, but I don't know if it's going to be enough against a younger, sharper, whether it be Keith Thurman or whether it be Sean Porter. With all due respect to Shane Mosley, we all know that his best days are well behind him, and possibly 5 or 6 years ago he would have knocked out an Avanesyan, but as we all know, there's one opponent that no fighter can beat, and that's Father Time. And he not only lost to Avanesyan tonight, I think he lost to Father Time as well. So hopefully, this will be the end of Shane Mosley. He had a great career, and Avanesyan seems to be a pretty good fighter. I'm not gonna say he's a world beater. May not be a top 5 or even a top 8, maybe a lower level, maybe top 10, top 15. So who knows? He's only 27 years old. Let's see what happens. Let's see what happens. That's all I got to say right now. Until next time, Beeb is out. Talk to y'all soon. And as always, thank you for watching. Peace.